Hi Stampers, this is Lisa with Queen Bee Creations. Echo, let's get rid of that. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I normally go live every Monday and Thursday at 2:30. It appears on Facebook as well as YouTube, and I thank you for being here to watch me today. Today we are doing a bit of a fun fold card using the Apple Harvest bundle. And don't let the word bundle throw you, because it is going to be a bundle. Stampin' Up! Has a special deal going on, whereas for the month of September, hopefully the whole month, they will have dies that will coordinate with 6 of their other stamp sets that previously did not have dies. They've just they're a later release, and they're limited. So if you see dies that you like, might want to snatch them up before they disappear. You can always do that through my online store. If you have any issues with the online store, please contact me. That's what I'm here for. So let me switch to the desk. I'll show you some of the cool stuff we're doing. So this is today's card. I feel lopsided. It's a fun fold, and it kind of sits at an angle. So it's not difficult. It's just kind of cool looking, and it stands up for display, and it allows me to use not just the apple as a focal point, but also these gorgeous blossom dies that are part of the die set. And then you've got the normal inside to the card here. Let's see. Remember, Celebration is down to its final, I think, 9 days. And if you already have everything you want out of there, remember that there is additional things that they've offered that you can get instead as your free gift for ordering through Stampin' Up! And you would get these items from the regular catalogs as well if you choose to do something else. Just remember that if you do, to use the number that's associated with the Celebration items. That way it will come up for free. If you try to add the catalog number out of the catalog, they're going to charge you full price, and that's why. So pay attention to that. This is our flyer for the Perfect Partners. That's what they're calling these new dies that are being released. See, here's our Apple Blossoms dies here. This is already in the July to December catalog, but it didn't have dies. And now that it does, they've also got your bundle pricing. So if you decide to get the apples, now that they've got these adorable dies, you can get it at the 10% off. There's also these great little piggies that we're going to be doing next week. I'm just in love with this little wagon. And then we'll try some Christmas cards out of the trimming the tree. And then I had to have this waterfall set because I live in Twin Falls. And so there's waterfalls everywhere. And the bridge kind of reminds me of the Perrine Bridge we have downtown. So I'm also going to be playing around with these. Hi, everybody. Thanks for hopping on and saying hello. I appreciate that. I love it so much when you guys talk to one another. I also want to point out that World Card Making Day is coming up. And Stampin' Up! Is doing their own thing. I mean, I'll do something for sure. But Stampin' Up! Has told us that they're going to be doing like an online thing that everybody can join into, demonstrators and customers alike. And this doesn't have the date, and I'm pretty sure it's October 1st. But these are the sets that they're saying that the projects they're going to work on are going to be done with these sets. So if you wanted to play along with them and create the cards that they're going to be creating for World Card Making Day, these are the 3 bundles you might want to get. And the fun part is that this last one over here, this warm welcome, that's actually something that's going to be in the January to June catalog that doesn't come out yet. So it's kind of a pre-release. So that's super fun. But I'll have this flyer on my website as well. Let's see. Here's the dies. I'll bring those out and show you. I did some of my die cutting already. I'll have to do more, but I did do some. And then the stamp set, I know it was here. I was pulling stamps out of it. This is the stamp set that we're playing around with. And it's a lot of coloring. And I love to color. Some people do, some people don't. So for today's card, I'm going to try something where we're not going to have to color. I'm going to stamp directly on colored cardstock, and then we're going to get the apple that way. And I had to do it twice. I did it once on real, this is actually cherry cobbler, but I did it on red, and then I did it on garden green, and then just kind of fussy cut them a little, the green one anyway, and then I put that right over the top of the red one. So I've got my two colors, but it didn't require any coloring. So just a little fun something. On the inside, I did color. This is actually done with our watercolor, using the water painters, they're now called. I use those with our regular ink pads and on watercolor paper. And it was kind of a sampling I did. I'm going to have something on my blog that's going to show you what it looks like when I colored with the watercolor and the water painters, and what it was like when I did watercolor pencils and went over them with a blender pen, and then what it looked like in Stampin' Blends. So it's kind of a little of everything. And I had these leftover apples that were just, the ones I colored. This was the blends, this was watercolor. And I just thought, it looked kind of cute down here in the corner, but then it was kind of big, so I put it off to the side. And then I had that other half, so I just stuck that up there. So we're going to do that again. Kind of a happy accident how that came out. So fun stuff today. This is our basics of the card, and I have my card base. Now this was one that's going the long way, which I mean by that is we cut it at 4 1/4 and then scored at 5 1/2. Normally it's the other way around. Normally we cut at 5 1/2 and score at 4 1/4, but I just flipped it. But a card base is almost always cut in half, score in half. Oh, yeah, there are a lot of people that don't enjoy coloring. I find it very relaxing, but it's part of my job. I like playing with stamps, ink, and paper. So the second piece here, I wanted my second layer to be that 4 by 5 1/4. So it's kind of the same thing. I did 5 1/4 twice, so that's 10 1/2 by 4. And then I scored it at 5 1/4. And then I wanted the halfway between these two. And you probably don't have to do halfway. I'm sure you could do another fold, but I went ahead and did this at 2 5/8 to do this. And then that made my little layers here. This one's going to go inside here. So this is 3 3/4 by 5. Remember, we're just reducing by 1/4 inch each time. And then this one is still that 5 inches wide, but because this was 2 5/8, my DSP is 2 3/8. And then there's two of them because there's one on the front, one on the back. And we can go ahead and let's just throw those together. I've pre-recorded my other two videos. On one of them, I actually made a mistake. The other apple card that's going to go up on Thursday. I started putting it together and adhered it wrong and didn't realize it until the end. And, I debated. I'm like, should I just totally scrap this and start all over again? Because it is pre-recorded. I mean, I could have, but then so many of you tell me that you like it when I make mistakes because I show you how to fix it. So that question is coming up on Thursday. Do you like my mistake being included in the video, or next time if that happens, should I re-record? And I can't necessarily do it on lives because you all see it live, but on the pre-recorded stuff, I could have redone it. In the past, I totally would have. In the past, I totally was trying to perfect everything, and it slowed me down. I didn't get nearly as many things done because I was so busy trying to be a perfectionist that, number one, I wasn't having any fun, And number two, I wasn't getting enough out there for you guys. And so this way I'm kind of more productive and you get to see more samples and things. So I'm just layering these pieces on. If you've watched me before, you know I tend to lose things. So one of the first things I usually do is put together the pieces that I can, so there's less little things to lose. Okay, this is what I meant by cutting this in half. I'm going to go ahead and put this down here at the bottom. Get this banner out of the way. You all know that you're supposed to type in hashtag prize patrol. The winner, when I spin the wheel, will get today's card. Because those other two are pre-recorded, I was not able to spin the wheel. So I'll have another bonus if you order from me while I'm gone. I've been talking about how if you order while I'm gone, because I'm going to Backstage, which is the Stampin' Up's Leadership Convention. We leave on Wednesday. So Thursday and Monday's live are going to go up just as regular pre-recorded YouTube videos. I will try to get onto my phone from New Orleans and share that to the Facebook pages so that you get it there too. But if I, for some reason, have issues with connectivity or whatever, it will be on YouTube. It's already filmed and scheduled, so it's up there. But I started saying I won't be able to do Prize Patrol on that one. So what I have said is I have this trifecta going on. And that if you order from me while I'm gone, you not only earn the Customer Appreciation PDF, you also get the Celebration rewards. And then as a special bonus from me again, I'm going to be adding on the sequins. They're the holiday sequins back here. These ones right here. I'm doing sequins because I like that you can send them through the mail very easily. They don't pierce the envelope and they don't jam up the machine and cause extra postage or things. But if you place an order while I'm gone, when I get back, I'm going to order a whole bunch of these, and everybody who placed an order is going to get a free pack in the mail from me. So in addition to that, I'm going to take all of those that order from me during that time that I'm away, and they're going to get the free cards for the ones I'm doing on the pre-recorded. So it's a really good time to order. Okay, we can also, I've pre-cut all of my little things for the blossoms up here. So I've got all those ready to go. There's a whole bunch of leaves. Probably won't use them all. I'm going to try one more thing. In my other video, I talked about it, but I didn't do it. Because these blossoms could have a little pop of pink in the middle. So I'm going to take a sponge dauber and a little bit of pink. And I like that. And I'm going a little bit wide with the pink. But they're usually kind of variegated. So how about if we took a little red right in the middle? I want to say Patty Bennett was the one who was doing this. I love her stuff because her dad was an artist by trade. I mean, he was really good. And so she's learned some awesome stuff. Okay, so we're going to start out with this. I am definitely not an artist. I am more of a crafter, but I do appreciate those who have some true talent in such things. The yellow I'm using here is crushed curry. Over here, this one's Daffodil Delight. So it depends on if you want the deeper yellow or not. The DSP is from the Host package in the holiday catalog. So that again can be free. I know that the flowers obviously go at the end of the little branches here, but then I have one more. And I thought it looked kind of empty right about there. So I'm going to place this one in there. These look really pretty in person like this, with the coloring on them. And that was Flirty Flamingo and then Cherry Cobbler over the top of it. And then, like I said, this base is Crushed Curry, and this one's Daffodil Delight. So it depends on which one you like. I like to give you guys options. Some people love that, some people hate it, and say, just give me what I need to do. But they're both pretty. I'm trying to add just a very tiny bit of glue to the middle of this. Now these flowers came in 2 sizes. So these are the larger flowers, but the smaller inside this time. Probably wouldn't need to use them at all if you stuck a rhinestone or something in the middle. I think that'd be really pretty. Maybe one of those white sequins that comes in that pack you're going to get when you order from me. So there's our difference in the flowers. This was the larger inside. This one's the smaller, and it's got the coloring. This die cut that cuts out the leaves, it gives it all kinds of detail. It cut it all the way through the middle. So it's cut through, but it's not all the way to the edge. So it's got lots of fun detail. I'm trying to tuck this under that petal. Oh, no. Here, I stuck in that petal here, or the leaf, but there was no more branch coming out. So actually what I did was I cut another branch, and then I cut off that little piece. Can you see that little slit in there? So I added on to the branches in order to add that extra leaf. Yes, definitely lots of depth with the color. I really like that. Since I don't have that extra branch, this time I tucked it under the flower. Both work. Might even add an extra. I'm often told that things are supposed to be done in odd numbers. So there's 3 flowers, 5 leaves. For some reason, the odd numbers are easier on the eyes or more appealing. I'm not really sure. It was one of those art rules that somebody told me, and it actually ended up working. Okay, so now we're down to just our focal point. We just need to make this apple, and that's super easy. I'm going to come in with Garden Green and Real Red ink, and then the same with the paper. I've got Garden Green and Real Red. And then I'm using this single apple stamp. Now that one's got a little bit of a halo. I'm not going to worry about it because that's going to get cut off when we run it through our die cutting. And actually, I don't need the whole apple on this, so I can hover over and only include the leaves. So that will save me a little bit of paper. Not a big deal, but you know. And I'm going to pull the die cut that coordinates with this. And because it's little, it will fit in our mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I have plate 1, 2, and 2. I try to keep the one that's a little more used on the bottom and the cleaner one on top. And then the bottom one I'm constantly flipping to try to keep the wear and tear even so that they don't warp. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to get this in there without messing up this. If this frustrates you, trying to get it all lined up and then the plates all lined up, a little piece of washi tape holding that together takes away a lot of frustration. See? Come on. We want a little bit of tapering at the end to get it to grab. Works way better off screen, I'm telling you. I do this all the time and it feeds right through. And I never have this problem with the bigger machine. It's only the little one. The little one has to have just the right angle to have it grab. Come on. This is embarrassing when stuff doesn't work on camera. Because I know it works off camera. Well, there we go. I feed the plates in the opposite direction. Now it's working. Look at that. See, grabs it on the first try. Someone just said hello over on Facebook, but I can't see your name. It tells me Facebook user. So you need to give StreamYard permission to see your name. That's a little Facebook rule we can't get around. And part of why we went to YouTube, because YouTube doesn't give that. So I'm off camera again, but I'm trying to just cut off the green part. So I want just the leaves. And those are going to glue right over the top of the red part. And since I trimmed closer on the green, I have to trim closer on the red. Probably should have just left it alone, and then it would have fit perfect because they were both cut out with the die, right? Okay, so there is our leaves. I need to quit fussing with it. It was fine. We all do that, don't we? Okay, so I'm going to mount that onto a circle. This is a leftover circle from the peekaboo cards we made a couple weeks ago. I did them for class, and we did so many. I have bunches and bunches of white circles. So I was trying to use them up. And then this is cut out with the die from our die set. Going to do a little bit of ink blending. So this is crumb cake. I'm starting off the paper before I move on because I want to get rid of the big globs of ink so that this looks more subtle. I want my globs on the scrap paper instead. So I just give the blending brush, a swirl on the ink pad. It's going to pick up some ink. Kind of tap it off over here and then swirl my way on. This is Pool Party I'm using for the sky. And then that will mount right over it. And I feel that giving it the brown underneath gives it that grounding I'm always looking for. One of those terms from Scrapbooking University was that objects should not be floating in the air. They should be grounded. Yep, they sure do. Sometimes it's just those little things that take it from looking handmade to looking a little more professional or a little more fancy. So there's today's card. Oh, we have our sentiment. Let me do that real quick. And crushed curry. And our sentiment. Can't forget that part. And because it's skinny, I'm going to go with mini dimensionals. Because it will hide them better. So there are our two cards, one in crushed curry and one with the cherry cobbler. This is Daffodil Delight in real red. And I've done a few more cards. This is what we're doing for class. This is actually a flat version, but we're going to do a stepped up version for Thursday's video. And then the following week, we're working with piggies. So lots of fun stuff coming up. Where I shoved it. Oh, I know. I've got next week's card. Okay, here it is. It's an easel card that stands up for display just like this one does. Only with a little bit different fold. It encompasses heat embossing. And we colored with Stampin' Blends. And then this swirl down at the bottom was a surprise to me. When I die cut for that other card that had the scallop on the side, I was cutting for this scallop. And this die actually has a little hole in the middle. And so as it was cutting that scallop, it also cut this. So I had a little fine detail to add to the bottom. How fun is that? And then I still needed something to prop up. And I didn't really have an inside sentiment, so I just did it in color. And then for the white on the blackboard, that's done in heat embossing. And like I said, that is already filmed and scheduled and will be on YouTube Thursday at 2:30 Mountain Time. So thank you for watching. I am ready to do prize patrol. I'm going to remember that. So has everybody typed in hashtag prize patrol to enter your name into the drawing? Also, for those of you who got on late, I want to remind you that there is a trifecta going on this week while I am away at Backstage. If you place an order with me, you will get the customer appreciation PDF I normally do for using the host code. And then the celebration rewards are only good for about 9 more days. So that's coming to an end. We have lots of new stuff out of the catalog. You could load up on foil papers. And then I'm also offering a bonus. If you order while I'm gone, you're going to get the Stampin' Up! Seasonal sequins for free from me in the mail right after I get back. So, okay, share the screen for Prize Patrol. Here we go. I have about 3 of these to take to the mailman today. So Joanne is our winner. Congratulations, Joanne. Thank you for watching. Make sure that you go to my link and claim your prize because I don't have your email address or your mailing address. I need a snail mail address to send the card to you. So go to queenbeecreations.net/prize patrol and fill out the claim form, and I will pop that into the mail. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Watch out for those pre-recorded videos that will pop up on YouTube Thursday and Monday, and I will be back next Thursday. So I'll be gone for about a week, but things are all pre-scheduled in the blog and the newsletter, and all that's going to roll off as normal. So have a great time while I'm gone playing around in your craft room, and I'll see you when I get back. Thanks. Bye.